Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, we all know we wouldn't have as much fun talking about the Dallas Cowboys without all of you guys. Well, that's preseason game number 3 in the books, and unfortunately, we still have 2 more freaking preseason games to go. Saw some great things tonight. Dak and Dez, D and D. That is going to be the combination of the NFL this season. It's going to be great to see the two of them to cook up. Dak even said so at halftime that it's great working with Dez. He feels more comfortable with him, and he's going to be looking for him more and more. So you can't ask for anything more than that. It's going to be a great thing to see. And I got to be honest with you, when you look at this offense is going to be a beast. Um, this offense is going to be unstoppable because no, Dak's not getting hurt, son.
I said until he gets hurt.
No. Stop putting that out in the universe.
Kelvin Moore is not
going to be the backup quarterback. They'll move up Rush, and they'll probably be looking for a veteran, I am sure, outside of McCann.
Let's pray that they do.
I get
And he doesn't get hurt.
I get it. Yes. Pray that he doesn't get hurt.
And
Don't say when he gets hurt because we're counting on not getting hurt. Our corners were horrible. Well, we got a lot of guys that are on the bench. Orlando Skandrick got his bell rung. He's not actually in the concussion protocol. They're going to be looking at him, seeing how well he is, and watching and stuff. But he actually played a pretty good game up until he got hurt. Nolan Carroll, well, he's going to end up being suspended for a couple of games at least. He fits our system. I think he still has a lot to learn. We have a good group of guys, so he'll be more of a rotational. I don't think that he's going to end up being a starter, but we'll see what happens from there. Remember, this is only a third preseason game. You're not really looking at the true team that's going to be out there. We have a lot of guys that didn't play and haven't been playing much. And they're putting in a lot of guys and putting them in situations to see how they react and how well they'll play. So don't get bent out of shape because this is only preseason. But here's the thing. Our offense ended up giving them 7 points there. Our defense played pretty well. If you take away that 7 points, then that means you only gave up 12 points. Okay? If you give up 12 points in the NFL, guess what? You're going to win pretty much every week. That's a fact. So the defense, they did their job. They're flying around the ball. They're putting pressure and stuff on there. I know we're still not playing against their number ones, but guess what? We got a lot of guys that weren't playing as well. So I feel good about the defense. I feel fantastic about Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith, to me, he is enthusiastic. He says all the right things. Still looks a little bit slow, and it looks like he's still having a hard time cutting and going sideways, at full speed. I saw him take on a couple of hits where, he shed the block and got away, so that's a good thing that he's able to do because it's one thing doing plyometrics and jumping over boxes. It's another thing when you're running around in practice, but you're not actually really hitting and taking guys to the ground. When you're in a game and you're going against a guy who's trying to make a team, an offensive lineman coming through there, and you're hitting him at full speed, and being able to shed off the block, hey, that's what you want. He didn't get blown over by a guy that probably has 50 or 60 pounds on him. He stood him up, he shed the block, and he got off of him. That I'm fantastic with seeing. The only thing you'll notice is, and maybe some of it's rust, he's taking poor angles at the running. The running back was able to make moves and escape from him. And that may be that he can't cut off of that ankle just yet because, again, running straight ahead, that brace is going to be fantastic. Swinging back and forth. But when you're talking about going sideways, that sideward motion is a different motion altogether. It'll be interesting to see how well he does with it. It's great seeing him get that first tackle and everything else. We'll have to go ahead and see how well he can react in certain situations. But you've got to be happy for him. Got to be happy with the fact that right now him and his brother both have dreamed about playing on the same team, and they're both on the Dallas Cowboys, and hopefully they'll both be on the team. So happy about that. Kellen Moore.
He's the reason why we got that stuff.
Kelvin Moore.
That's the reason why we got that stuff.
Yeah. Kelvin Moore. I'm trying to think about what to say about Kelvin Moore. Look good in his uniform. He's got a lot of work to do, and I don't think he's really the number 2 quarterback on the team. Cooper Rush looked good, but you got to also realize that Cooper Rush is playing against, third string talent and stuff. But he definitely sparked the team much better than Moore did, and definitely commanded the huddle better. I feel bad for Kellen Moore because, I have hopes for him to be a good quarterback, but sorry, it's just not happening. I don't want to quite go that far, Rondell, and put it that bad, but he definitely did lay the turd out there. I'll say that. So we definitely have to do some work on the backup quarterback situation, and definitely have to keep Dak Prescott healthy. But overall, it's a preseason game. Orlando Scandrick got his bell rung. Other than that, I don't think there was anything major out there injury-wise. I'll have to see the injury report completely after the game and see where we go. But I feel good about the situation and stuff that we've had in this game. So far, we're still relatively healthy. The offense is a juggernaut. And you can see that if we have Zeke Elliott gone for those 6 games total, we should be okay on the offense. I mean, you're talking 6 carries for 59 yards for Darren McFadden on that offensive line without Tyron Smith. We still have some more work to do with the left guard. Collins has got to step up and play a little bit better too. But all in all, not a bad night. So, your guys' comments, let's see who's in here. We got Boomer Sooner. I am Infinite. Fresh 19. Sven, you're still up? Man, what you doing still up, man? All the way in Germany. Chris Shaw. Cooper Rush. Yeah, I agree too. Cooper Rush. Ray Collins. Brian. Sorry, the TV is really far away from me and I don't have my glasses on, so it's hard to read some of these. Holy Ways. Man, dude, you are always here. Chuck Baby. Cruising. Man, you guys are here like clockwork. Yeah, I want to see Switzer out there. That's one of the things that's kind of bothered me is that we've had so many guys with hamstring issues. This is kind of like years ago when it seemed like everybody had a hamstring pull. I'm wondering if they do enough stretching with these guys and to making sure that they don't get these hamstrings pulled. But I also think that part of the problem is with the change in the collective bargaining agreement, which basically had more veterans that kind of helped to set up what they wanted to do. Veterans don't like training camp. They don't want to practice and hit. So they kind of said, we want to limit the amount of hits that we do, hitting practices that we do, and we want to cut down the amount of practices in training camp because we don't want to show up for it anyway. But I think that is part of the problem because, I remember back in my day, back in the old days, the Stonehenge days of football, we had 2-a-days where we're hitting and then a special team practice in the middle. Your body got used to all of the running and all the hitting. So you go from OTAs, minicamp, and then you're off for 5 weeks, and all of a sudden you hit training camp, and you're thrown into the fire without your body really being ready for all those hits again. It's too much time that they're off, and their bodies aren't going there. So you're going from 0 to 60, and then all of a sudden you're pulling, hamstrings left and right. So, Chuck, how do I feel about our receiving corps? Well, here's the thing. We got a fantastic receiving corps. In fact, come cut down day, you're going to have a lot of teams that are basically looking for our castaways to be on their team. That's going to be a difficult situation for our team. When you start looking at the running backs and stuff, that we have a lot of quality running backs. We have a lot of quality receivers that can be productive receivers on other teams. But it's a numbers game. You can't keep them all. It's not like it used to be where you can keep them on injured reserve and practice squad and things like that. But it's only a limited amount of people that you can hold on to. Yeah, but see, it used to be you use injured reserve, the practice squad, and everything else to really store a whole lot of guys. but you just can't do that like you used to anymore. So there's going to be some guys on the street that are productive guys that should be playing in football. Chad, I agree with you. Run blocking was good. Pass blocking, well, everything looked perfect with Dak Prescott out there, and that's the difference a good quarterback will make for you. He's going to make everybody else that much better. Jeremy McFadden was running rough shot through the defense. Even Alfred Morris is looking good. He was only had one incomplete pass on the two drives. Had it not been for Jeremy McFadden and that fumble, boom. You can't ask for anything more from your offense and what they were doing except holding on to the damn ball. Fresh 914, I agree with you. Zeke isn't the whole team, and Zeke got a lot of credit last year for Dak's progression, the way Dak played. Everybody said, "Oh, it's just because of Zeke Elliott," but I tell you, we had a great running game with Darren McFadden the year before with Tony Romo gone, and we couldn't bust a grade. So it's more than just a running back. To me, the quarterback is still the premium position in the NFL, not running back. The man, how did I think Jalen Smith did? For somebody who hasn't played for 590 days, he played pretty well. He got a tackle. He moved around. He took on some lead blocks and things like that. Was able to shed from him. He still has a ways to go in my mind, but the fact that he's out there, being able to play, to me is amazing for where he was. Oh, cruising. You know what, cruising? It's amazing how people talk about us living in the past with our dusty trophies and stuff. Your only claim to fame last year, the first year you made the playoffs at your last Super Bowl, is that you beat the Dallas Cowboys. You guys are a one-trick pony, man. Get over it. We understand. You won 2 games against the Dallas Cowboys, but then you shit yourself against the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs. So come on, man. Last year is over with. It's a new season. Step away from the past and let's deal with right now. Less than a month from now, we'll be on the field and we'll be talking about that game. Now let it go, man. Let it go. Zachary, without a doubt, Cooper Rush is outplaying Kelvin Moore. Kelvin Moore, I'm sorry, man. He should be having a hard time even making a team at this point. I have not seen enough for me to say, keep that guy. I think that will shut up all the doubters and have something like 29 TDs, 10 interceptions this season. I tell you what, I think he might do more than 29. I'm telling you, what's going to happen? Think about it, guys. That first game he played, he only had 3 weeks of basically being the starting quarterback. Well, actually, it wasn't even 3 weeks. Basically, it was 2.5 weeks. But he didn't get that much work in off season, and he kept getting better and better and better as the season went on. As he started really working with guys. And he didn't really have Dez Bryant until almost the middle of the season. And it took a while for them to kind of get on the same page. Now, right now, you can see him and Dez are on the same page. And if he can start stretching the field to Dez a couple times a game, that's going to loosen up the rest of the defense because they're going to have to worry about double covering Dez. It's going to leave everybody else on single coverage wide open and, of course, open up the running lanes. Because you can't put 8 men in the box to stop the running game and then double cover Dez. Because you know what? That leaves you with one more cornerback. So that ain't going to work. So if they can get that, that offense will be unstoppable. Deal, what do I get? What do you get? I guess you guys are betting here. Where's the chloride? Okay. What's my guess on Jalen being the top 100? Think he'll get it done? I don't think Jalen will make the top 100 this year. That'd be fantastic. I would love to have that happen, but I don't think that he's going to be ready to be in the top 100. He may be the comeback player of the year, even though he didn't play last year, but I think that's a little much to ask for.
Maybe 100.
Rod Smith, I think, could be the real deal, but again, that's another one of those positions that, it's a numbers game. Are you going to keep 4 running backs? You got Alfred Morris, you got McFadden, you've got, of course, Zeke. I don't know.
They had to get Lombard. Remember his name?
Well, yeah, we lost Lance Dunbar, but still,
No, got to
it's
play
true.
him.
Bleach is doing laundry in house. Yeah, his wife's kicking his butt right now. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Cooper Rush does not play afraid. He definitely goes out there and just balls. Kelvin Moore just seems like a deer caught in the headlights. That's a good point. Did Taco get a tackle? I didn't see the numbers. And I was actually doing some stuff here in the second half of things and missed a bit of it because I had a little problem with my air conditioning I had to deal with here. Hemp 22, I'd love to answer that question, but that's one of those radioactive ones that I better not answer because that'll start a whole nother groundswell against it. And, oh boy, that's a tough one. Fresh and Cruising have a deal, and I'm a witness. What is the deal that they have? 100% healed up. What's my ETA for Jalen? I don't think he's 100% healed up yet. I won't go quite that far. That D line doesn't scare anyone. Okay, Holy Ways. Well, I tell you what, your quarterback doesn't scare anybody either. Why didn't Zeke play? Because I think they were thinking that Zeke's not going to be there for the first game. They want to give some real action to Alfred Morris as well as McFadden, and just kind of calm the waters a little bit with Zeke, while they're doing battle with the NFL. I'm gonna hate it. Okay, Fresh. What is the bet I guess you guys made that I'm gonna hate? Because as long as it doesn't involve losing Joe Boo, we're okay. Taco. Super Bowl Garrett has to go. Well, yeah, I'd be happy with that. Fresh gives the man a chance. I agree with you, Paul, man. Give Jalen a chance. So my son needs to join the table and stop hiding because he has a lot of knowledge that makes the show even better. Just an idea, Michael. I'm just passing on what somebody said. He's like, no thanks, that's all right. This is your thing. I'm not in it. Yeah.
Let's talk about Rico.
Well, we talked about Rico. He was playing tonight, but he was not there. Okay. Let's see. So the deal is, if the Cowboys win, Cruising has to super chat $20. If the Giants win, I'm going to super chat $20, and you have to say G-Men in live stream. Well, I tell you what. Apparently I can't lose in that one. The Cowboys lose, I'll be the first one to say that congratulations, you kicked our ass. So for me to say G-Men in live stream, I could do that. That's not a big deal. So if you guys want to do that, hey, I'm not going to complain because I can't lose on that one. And Lord knows I've had to make worse bets than that myself. I mean, Lord, I had to make a bet with the moron Tom Donnelly. The Cowboys lost to the Eagles, and I had to wear they did a meme for me for a Facebook profile for a week. That wasn't pretty. So, yeah. I didn't see the Redskin game, but I heard they looked like hot garbage. So, you guys may have some stuff to worry about. Just FYI, I said the Redskins, I believe, are going to be in the basement this year.
14-3 is last I saw the score.
Rush over more. I agree with you on that one. You're used to calling Big Blue Daddy. Oh, okay. All right. I hear you talking now. Just FYI, Joe Boo has been to New York Giants, Dallas game in New York 3 times. And guess what? All 3 times, the the Cowboys have won. So don't make me have to bring Joe Boo back up to New York because he is literally banned from New York Giants training camp. True story. I don't know, but I want it. Okay. Cowboy Nation, amen on that one, Anthony. Well, thank you very much, Nix. I'm going to keep on trying. I'm a little bit tired. Been doing a whole bunch of stuff today. Got a bunch to do tomorrow. But definitely want to come in and give you guys my final thoughts on the day. Um, hmm. Rod Smith over McFadden. Looks like he has energy. Well, could be a good combination between the two of them. I think I might take the veteran, though, McFadden, over Rod Smith. But you know what? A 1-2 punch isn't a bad way to go. Oh, Lord, holy ways. You guys realize you did lose to us last year. You got that, right? You understand that one? So when you start saying that you're going to go ahead and get Malcolm Jenkins to cover Rico, all right, well, who's going to cover Dez? Who's going to cover Jason Witten? Who's going to cover Terrence Williams? Who's going to cover Cole Beasley? Who's going to cover Bryce Butler? Okay? Come on, man. You don't have enough defensive backs. In Switzerland. Come on, man. You're dreaming, man. You guys have been in the basement all winter, man. And you coming out here talking cash money like you guys just are coming off the Super Bowl. Come on, man.
Can't even get Jason Witten slow behind.
I'm going to tell you, you are a candidate for BTS. And we'll talk about BTS here. Maybe next week we'll start talking about that because this is the time of year when people who are suffering with BTS start feeling good. They feel it's safe to talk about their team. They're dreaming about playoffs and Super Bowl. Yeah, that's how it starts. Yeah, I'm not seeing much love here tonight for Kelvin Moore. Oh boy, Cruz, you just love. Cruz, I want you to admit it right now. You love the Dallas Cowboys and the Joe Blue Sports Report, buddy, don't you? Don't you, man? I guarantee you are here more than any other Dallas Cowboy fan. I almost believe that you are a closet Dallas Cowboy fan. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Moore needs to get out. Wow. Named O-line worse than the Giants. Wow. That's going to be a hard one. Especially they just got rid of one of their offensive linemen because he ended up having a domestic violence arrest yesterday. Yeah. Trash ass shingles. Wow. Oh, boy. Well, hello, David from Oklahoma. At this point, I don't think you can put Cooper on the practice squad because you might need him as a backup quarterback. I'll be honest with you. You hold on to that guy. I think you're going to keep him as your backup. I've got no confidence in Kelvin Moore. I'm sorry. None. Who got arrested? Michael, what is his last name? Damn. My brain is having a brain fart, but a New York Giants, he used to play on Seattle. Oh, God. Michael, what is his name?
I don't know.
Oh, Lord. I'll get back to you on that. I'm having a brain fart. It's been a long day. But
that's why I don't talk about New York Giants because you can't have no names until not that many.
Well, he used to play on Seattle Seahawks. Okay, he got a ring with the Seattle Seahawks as a rookie, and then the Giants brought him in, and he ended up basically taking his girlfriend, grabbing her by the neck, throwing her to the ground, putting his fist to the wall, which is something you New York Giants players love to do, like Odell Beckham did when they lost. He put his fist to the wall in Green Bay, and then broke 2 TVs. So he got arrested and so forth. Law Nation is probably busy with his daughter, and Law Nation is about to do something really big, and so he's a little bit busy right now. But I'm happy for what he's doing, and I can't wait till it's all done and everything. Wonder if Dez will redeem himself versus the Giants or not. I'll tell you what, I think Dez is going to have a big year. I think this may be Dez's biggest season ever. Yeah, I think Skinner's going to be okay. He got his bell rung, but he's not actually in the protocol. But they definitely took him out of the game for the rest of the game as a precaution. Michael, this is a question for you. Do you think that Rico Gathers will play more than Jason Witten this year?
No. Rico Gal's gonna back him up.
Gonna back him up or do a two tight
But,
end
but,
set?
but the way I played it on Madden was that Rico, I switched it up so Rico started some games, and then Jason Witten backed him up, and then vice versa.
And how did that work out for
Yeah,
him?
we're good. Rico Gallo is hard to cover. He's not good at blocking, but give him some time and he'll learn.
And you just heard from Michael the Madden report on Rico Gathers, where he ended up having Rico Gathers start some games and Jason Witten start some others. So he said it basically either way, both of them were killing everybody. So we'll definitely go back.
And Rico Gallo got 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
Okay, and breaking news. Breaking news, Rico Gathers got 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl on Madden. So thank you very much, Michael Holmes, for the Rico Gathers Madden report. Okay.
He's going to be a beast.
Oh, Holy Ways. I love, Holy Ways. It's so funny that everybody that we have is garbage and is not a threat. Really? That Carson Wentz is a better threat than Dak Prescott. Rico Gathers, he's a nobody. Okay, you're talking about a guy that's 6'8" that can jump and is used to catching the ball up here. Yeah, good luck trying to stop him.
2 or 3 more years will be good.
Yeah,
well, who knows if that will ever happen?
Yeah. Amen, Jason. I agree with you. That's the thing I keep saying about preseason. I don't care about who wins. The thing is, let's try and keep everybody healthy until we get the regular season. Well, I tell you what, Dak to me looked like he was in, regular season form right off the bat. And I got to tell you, this is what's really cool. This is one of those things that's kind of lost. Because where we are right now, the fact that we have our starting quarterback healthy, ready to go, not coming off of a back injury or a broken collarbone where we got to go ahead and limit what he does in practice, it's going to pay dividends. The fact that these guys are already in mid-season form in the passing game, you can see how he can just literally pick the defense apart. Running game's going. He's going, boom, right here to Cole Beasley in the slot. Boom, he's going to Jason Witten. So you're lulling those guys. You're getting those corners and things trying to come up here closer. And then what happens? It loosens up enough. Boom, one-on-one cover with Dez Bryant. And if people are going to cover Dez Bryant one-on-one deep, it's going to be a loss. It will be a loss. That offense is going to be a motherfucker to stop. And I don't care what you say, Cruising, Holy Ways, or any of your other trolls. You guys are going to be scared to death of playing that offense, as well as every defensive coordinator who's going to try and figure out how to stop that. Everybody keeps saying, oh, well, he's going to have the sophomore slump. He's going to regress. You're going to watch this guy pull out a brand new book, boom, and drop it on the NFL. So that's my prediction. That's been my thought all along, and I hope to be right. And I agree with you. Rico is getting better and better each week. Jalen did definitely show some nice things there. Tonight, he's still got a ways to go.
That first tackle.
Well, see, I made that analogy actually, Gerald, about Rico. The difference is Kevin Winslow wasn't as fast. Kevin Winslow was really tall, and he was lanky. And when he ran, he looked kind of awkward running. The thing that I love about Rico Gathers is when he runs, even though he is so tall and stuff, he looks so fluid and it's effortlessly running down the field. And that's what I really,
He
really
used to
love.
play basketball. That's why.
I understand he plays basketball, but a lot of times guys that are really tall look awkward when they run.
He looked good when he was playing basketball.
I agree.
With the running portion.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. That for me, he's very fluid in running and it's effortless. His stride is tremendous. His leaping ability is incredible. He's got to work on that blocking and stuff, but it may end up being that, hey, we're not worried about you blocking. We're putting you in a 2 tight end set. You know, you're going to scrape, basically on your way out, try and put a hand or an arm or forearm and stuff on there on the defensive end just to help slow him down, to help the tackle out as you're going out, to catch a pass. That's definitely a possibility, and I think you're going to see a lot of different special packages that the Cowboys are going to be able to do this season. You know, you're going to see double tight end sets. You're going to see 2 slot receivers with Cole Beasley and Ryan Switzer, where they're going to be doing like X patterns and basically trying to get the cornerbacks to run into each other and get lost in there. There's so many things you can do with all of these playmakers, and like I was saying, I challenge anybody to find a team that is better man for man on the offense. You look around, you got a rookie of the year quarterback. You have the best running back in football when he's going to be playing. You have 3 Pro Bowl offensive linemen that are definitely in the top 5 in their positions. You got Dez Bryant, who I still believe is a top 10 wide receiver. You have Cole Beasley, who actually led the team last year in receptions. You have Jason Witten, one of the greatest tight ends of all time, who doesn't look like he's been playing for 15 years. You got Terrence Williams, who has been a very productive wide receiver. He's had brain farts, yes, I know, but still. And then you've got Bryce Butler, who's looking a lot better. So when you look across the board at every one of these positions, my God, who out there has better people man-to-man across the board? I can't name anybody. There are too many weapons. Sarah, I'm with you. I told you that D&D combination, you're going to see a lot of that this season, and I think it's going to be one of the best combinations in football. I'm excited about this offense. I am ready to get this regular season going. I don't want any more preseason games right now. I am ready for the real deal. Wow, Kimberly. Tell us what you really feel. Moore looks small, pathetic, and uncomfortable. Man. Yeah, Skipper's got. I agree with you, but they weren't looking at him being a starter when they drafted him. He's definitely a project guy. Kimberly telling it to Cruiser about last year. Yeah. Swallerback, well, I agree with you on that. I think it's going to get reduced. It's amazing how the NFLPA is doing. Michael still believes it's still going to be higher, but
no, I just think it's because of the publicity and
well, I tell you what, when you look like complete assholes and idiots like the NFL is beginning to look right now, when you hear things that, oh, well, we didn't actually make them swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. When you hear about all of the inconsistencies, how in the world can the NFL say, we believe her, when you have so much information on stuff that she definitely lied, exaggerated, or just made the heck up? I'm sorry, you look like idiots right now, and the NFL realizes that at the moment. That's why they went back and said, shame on you guys for the way you're, doing what you're doing. They didn't say you're lying. Like the NFLPA pretty much came out and said, you guys are lying and making shit up. The NFL didn't come back and say, no, we didn't lie. No, we didn't make it up. They only said, shame on you for your tactics. In other words, you're right, and it's sad that you stooped to that low. And that's where the NFL looks bad. You got Molly Quorum on First Take basically going ballistic on Zeke Elliott. Her big cause is human trafficking, things like that. She believes that the NFL has a lot of dirt on Zeke that they don't want to bring out. and make them look bad or whatever. And she's gone whole ham on the whole Dak Prescott that he's never gone out and said he didn't do it, and this, that, and the other. Okay. All right. Well, be that as it may, it is what it is. But right now, again, Chad, I brought that up too. Roethlisberger and the raping underage girls. But that's okay. You know, but that's okay. Nobody talks about what he did, and he's forgiven. And that's where I go back to Colin Kaepernick. If Ben Roethlisberger can rape underage girls, you're telling me that Colin Kaepernick can't play football because he kneeled during the national anthem? Well, he's not playing for anybody right now. You're telling
Jerry
me?
Jones did not pick him up because of
Okay,
that.
but it's not just Jerry Jones.
I understand that.
There's other teams. Jay Cutler, the cancer that is Jay Cutler, got a job in Miami after retiring, and you're telling me that he couldn't get a job? Baltimore lost their quarterback. You're telling me he couldn't get a job? When they started talking about, this is the kicker for me. This is what took me over. When Miami talked about, we're thinking about Tim Tebow before they'd even consider Colin Kaepernick. That's okay. He's playing baseball and hasn't played football in the NFL in 3 years. Well, you're telling me that you're saying that that guy is a better option than Kaepernick? Then that tells me that, man, this is just bad. Well, thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. We'll see if I get the 15,000. Right now, I'm happy that I'm over 12.
You're making more money than I'm getting. Why would you want to come back?
Well, because they worshipped him in the NFL, I got to tell you.
That's no
Free Zeke, he's in it, and I agree with you. Melina, you have no respect for your gender and yourself. I don't hate you. I feel real sorry for the way you were raised. I'm trying to understand that whole comment. Melinda, I guess you're a Green Bay Packer fan, I believe. The only way you can feel that way is if you truly believe that Zeke beat the hell out of her. And unless the NFL has some pictures of him actually beating her, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time believing that he beat her the way she said she did. If you lied about so many different points, and when you're on the stand in the courts, basically, if you lie about one thing, they don't believe anything else you said. So if we're going by the way our system, our justice system goes, where you are innocent until proven guilty, you have not proved that he's guilty in my mind. Just happened. Kenneth, that's exactly what I said. There's no proof. Um, let's see. A woman wouldn't just say that we aren't that much of a bitch. Zeke also has a history of it, so I think we should consider it. Whoa, hold on. Melina, where do you show me where he has a history of beating women? Now, we do have Boobygate. I understand he pulled her top down. But see, now when you're saying that he has a history of beating women, that's something you're making up because there is no arrest, no other accusations other than from this one person. So don't go there and start putting out stuff because this is the problem. This is the exact problem of what happens is because the way some of the people in the media portray it is he's accused or under investigation for it, and they make it sound like he's guilty of it. Okay, now you can accuse anybody of anything. I can say that Melina, that you are a domestic violence abuser. Doesn't mean it happened. I accused you of it, and then it's up to the justice system to prove you right or wrong. And apparently, when the police investigated this and they started getting these conflicting reports on her story, things that didn't match up. And then when Zeke Elliott puts in a harassment suit against her, She then proceeds to call him 50 plus times at 2:30 in the morning. It was a day after that the police said, you know what? Maybe there's nothing here. Because to me, if I was abused, and I've worked with some people who have been physically abused in abusive relationships. I had a friend who was chased by her husband with a knife. He had drug problems. He beat the hell out of her on a consistent basis. She came to my house crying, screaming, and everything else. I sat with her as she called the police to get him arrested. Something that was difficult for her to do. But when I hear the 911 call that she has, where she's like, yeah, I was wondering, I called about domestic violence, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're too blasé to have been beaten and scared. When I hear statements that she's thinking about doing sex tapes to extort money from him so she can get a boob job, bitch, I'm not going to go for 10, I'm going to go for 20. It's hard to believe that you were scared of being beaten, that you're going to extort him. I'm sorry, to me, in my mind, it's hard to believe that situation. And if you are, in fact, happy that he's arrested and that you won't be beaten anymore, then why are you continuing to call and harass him 50 plus times in one night? It's not how it works. So I don't agree with you, Melina, and the way that you just kind of, you came on the show before talking about people saying things bad to you, and I needed to basically put them in their place because they were being mean to you. When you come up and say things like you just said to Sarah, you better expect for people to come back at you for what you say to them. And that's all I got to say about that. Oh, Will E, man, let's be nice now. Um, well, the problem with the judge that they're going to have is that it's Harold Henderson, who used to be employed by the NFL. He pretty much sides with the NFL on a regular basis. But the NFL Players Association, DeMar Smith, the lawyer that he is playing it smart. He's playing in the court of public opinion. He is slowly killing the NFL one cut at a time. Each day you'll notice they'll come back with something new to keep it in people's minds, to put that doubt in there, and to put pressure to say, you know what, NFL, you guys look stupid right now. Okay, Sarah. Pitbulls can go all night. Oh, man. Okay, let's not be mean to Melina now just because she had a couple of comments there. Did she leave? Okay, I guess we chased the Green Bay Packer fan out of here. Um, listen, I don't sugarcoat things. When the Dallas Cowboys do things that are wrong, I'm going to tell you that they're doing things wrong. And when somebody does something and says something wrong here, I do the best that I can to go ahead and squash it. I don't see everything that goes through because sometimes the comments come flying through really, really quick. But I won't allow people to go ahead and go after other people. As long as if I see it, I'm going to go ahead and take care of it. And I will respond to stuff that is just ridiculous. And the way she came through and said, he's got a history of it. Did you date him? Did he beat you? And you got some evidence of it? Because from everything I've seen, his whole life, his story's been out there. And there's not been any other history of him beating any women. So before you start making up lies on the stuff, don't even bring it in here. Oh, man. Is there a chance of, well, there's always a chance, but at this point, probably not. Okay, Melina, that's where you crossed the line right there when you just said, um, fuck off. Again, that's not what this channel is about. Um, that's one of those things that I hate to. I don't want to be the censor police and have to censor people and block people and stuff. But when you say fuck off to somebody in here, or when you go after somebody in here, and I'm just not going to allow it. I'll miss it a lot of times, and I apologize for it. But she came in here and made a comment about people were going after her before, and I came through and I said to you guys, that listen, that's not what this channel's about personal attacks and stuff. Um, I've never seen any of her comments before until tonight. But if those are the type of comments that she's making, I can understand why people were going out after her. Because I don't see most of you guys on here doing personal attacks just for doing personal attacks. You must have been provoked. There you go, Sarah. You're innocent until proven guilty. Unfortunately, the NFL figures he's guilty until proven innocent. Yeah, Ricardo Dak is definitely on fire, man. Felicia. Oh man. Okay. Shout out to boys. To Compton. Yeah, it is the same judge that handled the Greg Hardy case. That's one of the few cases that he actually sided for a player and reduced it from 10 games to 6. Other than that, the other 86, not so much. He's been on 87 different cases. Why was Molly so? Again, Molly is her thing is human trafficking, and of course, the whole domestic violence and stuff like that. She's a very strong opponent for it, and she believes that he's guilty. Um, she definitely believes that he did it and he should be punished for it, and so on. And she thinks that 6 games isn't enough. But that's her thing. Um, well, Lewis, I tell you what, I've actually filmed making those, the different recipes and stuff, and I'm going to end up probably tomorrow sometime put them together so that way I'll actually have the recipes for you guys to go ahead and follow. It's just, I wish I had more hours in the day because it's just not enough time to get all the stuff together. I definitely think, Andrew, that his thing will get reduced. I think it'll go down to 2 games personally. Um, well, I don't know if she left or not, but um, I'm not going to allow that to happen in here. When you tell somebody to fuck off, you're getting the fuck out. That's just the bottom line. Um, and see, that's the thing that bothers me, Robert, is the police kept finding her story. There were lies and lies and lies. It changed so many different times. And I understand if you're in something traumatic, you may not remember everything at first or right at that time, but this thing was more inconsistent than anything. I'm just kind of like looking at this and it just didn't make sense. Um, Kimberly, Rogers never going to get fired. He's paid $40 million a year by the NFL owners to be the lightning rod, and that's what you got to understand. Because when people get mad about these cases not going right, they go after Roger Goodell. They don't go after Mara in New York or Jerry Jones. They go after Roger Goodell. He is the target for the NFL owner, and that's what they like. Um, well, thank you, Cowboy Nation. Um, I appreciate that. Best channel you've run into? Okay, this is the first one you've run into then, right? I appreciate that. Thanks. To me, Jason, that's more what it sounds like. To me, it sounds like a jolted lover. And with Zeke probably was kind of like, you know what? If you're on the NFL, I'm moving on. And she was like, oh no, you're taking me with me. You're my cash cow. I supported you before you made it big, and now you're gonna leave? No, it's not good like that. I'm gonna ruin you. That's good to do. I'll definitely make a review. Yeah, definitely I'll rehash this game tomorrow. Got it recorded and stuff, and I'm gonna go through and look at it again tomorrow with fresh eyes. Okay. Well, it's hard to find Cowboys gear in Philly. Well, you know what? I've got a rowdy pillow over there. I actually bought in Philadelphia years ago. Um, if you really want Cowboys gear, the best thing to do is actually go buy it online. Go to Amazon. Go to the Dallas Cowboys shop. You can find anything and everything you want, and probably cheaper than you can find it in the stores. Um, well, to me, Kimberly, and here's the thing: as I look at those, um, the bruises. I'm sorry, the ones on her knuckles. Let's just start there. And I'm thinking that if Zeke beats you, how do you get the bruises on the knuckles? That's an offensive bruise. You have to hit something hard to do that. So I think, okay, maybe she was trying to block Zeke, but do you try and block somebody with your knuckles like this? No, you're blocking with your forearm. So you have bruises on your forearm. Okay? If he grabs you in the hand, you're not going to have bruises just on the knuckles. That's a hit mark. So then when you say that he choked you for 20 or 30 seconds, there's only one mark right here. And it's a round mark. To me, that mark looks more like a hickey type of mark. So to me, those marks don't look. When you think about Zeke Elliott hitting guys that are 300 pounds, if he picked you up and choked you for 30 seconds, you only have a dot here. And as far as your knuckles, you can say, okay, well, maybe she fell down and she caught herself. But when you fall down, you get the palm of your hands that are going down. You're not catching yourself with your fist. So how did you get these bruises on your knuckles? That's what I want to know. That's some of the stuff that doesn't seem to match up. Some of the other bruises that you see, they're like two little dots on the thigh, right here on the inner knee. And it's like, if he hit her, what did he hit her with? Then it's only like two little dots. The little one that's on the side. They're too small to be like something that he would have done. If he kicked her, you'd have a foot mark. If he hit her with her hand, he's got big hands. There'd be a bigger mark than these little teeny bruises that she has. And that's where I kind of say the evidence just doesn't fit the description. Maybe I'm wrong. But from what I see, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a police investigator, I only play one here on YouTube. It doesn't fit the situation. Does Cooper Rush's game remind me of Carson Wentz? No, he played better than Carson Wentz. You know, well, it's not just Zeke needs to watch out for the women. Here's the thing you got to understand. When you become an NFL player, especially a Dallas Cowboy, that star of the helmet is really a target on your back. People want to take you down. People see you as their meal ticket. People are going to say, if I catch him doing something, I can sell it to TMZ. People are going to provoke you hoping that you'll hit them because they know they're going to get paid. Women are going to want to be your girl or have you be their baby daddy because then I'm going to get me $10,000, $20,000 a month of child support. So you got to understand that behind that smile, what is really there? And what you really need to do, and I know you're a young man and all that, what you need to say is, you know what? I'm going to focus in on this football career right now. I'm going to live, breathe, and die football for the next 5, 6, 10 years. Make as much money as I can, try and get as many rings as I can, and then when I'm out, I'll do whatever the fuck I want to because I'll be rich, I'll be famous, and I don't have to care about what I do because I don't have to worry about the NFL suspending me or firing. That's what they need to do. Concentrate on the game. Forget about all the partying, all these fantastic cars and hanging out in the club, getting tipsy, and making it rain. Forget all that stuff. Concentrate on your craft because this gig you have right now, for however long it is, in most cases is going to be the only gig you have for the rest of your life. Lewis, that's a good question. I think they're not playing him right now because they're thinking about the suspension and they're trying to get work to the other guy. Make sure they're ready for the season starts. Wow, it's almost 11 o'clock. I agree. Boomer, that's where I actually feel if the Cowboys can do okay those first 6 games while we deal with these suspensions, we're all of a sudden going to start getting an influx of players when most teams are losing guys. And that could end up being great for a run to the playoffs. Well, thank you, Cowboy Nation. Cowboy Nation's comment is I like the channel because I'm not biased. I spit out facts, knowledge, and there are other channels, but I have unsubscribed for them being loyal to the one. Well, I appreciate that. It's one of those things you don't get a whole lot of these days. That most people are going to be loyal to whatever it is. They're going to be the homer. I am a homer. I love my Dallas Cowboys. I am going to try and find the positive spin and stuff for it. But when they're wrong, they're wrong. I'm going to tell you they're wrong. Yeah, McFadden definitely looked really good tonight. I'm really impressed with that. 6 carries for 59 yards. You can't ask for more than that. But guys, it's actually going on 11 o'clock. This is actually our third live stream for the night. And boy, I am just like burnt out. I've got a lot of videos to edit in the morning. Got other stuff we got to do because that's the last day I have before. Um, and had a great time with you guys. I'll have those recipes up tomorrow, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all my recipes and stuff. I will make a playlist and put it on the front page of my channel, so that way any of the ones that you guys want to try, you can feel free to try. And if you do make some of the wings or the cheesesteaks or any of the recipes on there, do me a favor. I want to spread the mojo. Take a picture of it, share it with me on Facebook and or Instagram. And one more thing about Facebook, I only have about 150 spaces left before I get to 5,000. And 5,000 is the limit on Facebook. So if you send me a friend request, send me a message so that way I know it's one of you guys. Because I want to make sure if you want to friend me on Facebook that I get you as opposed to anybody else. So as always, friends, I want to thank you all for being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report, helping to spread the mojo and everything that you guys do because you guys make me want to be a better YouTuber. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and thank God the Cowboys got through that game without any major injuries and looked pretty good. Have a great weekend.